My name's Daniel Patton, Yorta Barapa man. Been learning about our culture and monitoring of the land for the last 3-4 years with my dad. Love coming out on country and, you know, figuring out what we can do in the future, what processes can be done to, you know, better our country, and how we can involve the youth, how we can involve education and, you know, Aboriginal and other corporations, you know, together to work together to take care of this land.
I work for the North Central Catchment Management Authority as the Barapa Wamba Water for Country Project Officer. The Barapa Wamba Water for Country Project is a project that is adapted from the Barapa Water for Country Project and now has expanded to include Wamba as well. It's a really special project to me as the project officer. I feel quite important in how we're bringing two nations together for a common cause, which is the protection of this wilderness out here. Today's project is Wamba's first project as an individual group as part of this project. So learning about cultural heritage assessments, cultural heritage surveys and cultural heritage in general. And also having the opportunity to speak to the scientists like the ecologists and that about what is in their country, what's left and what we could possibly do to improve it down the track.
My name's Joanne Bell. I'm an archaeologist and a heritage advisor under the Victorian Aboriginal Heritage Act. I often do cultural heritage surveys with traditional owner groups. I find it very rewarding simply because it's an opportunity to see people in a different environment, out in the field, and be able to have the opportunity to share knowledge, essentially. I am book learned, but these guys have oral history that's been passed down from generations to generations. So together as a team, we can come up with some really great registrations for cultural places out in the field.
My name's Ross Stewart, I'm from Wamba. I've come along to this project. I brought my grandson along with me to show him how our elders lived and operated back in the day. When I was growing up at Lake Boga in the 50s and 60s, there was no such thing as this sort of stuff. If they found a mound like that is behind me, they would class that as a rabbit warren and they'd just go and get the tractor and that was the end of that. Today I'd just like to say thanks to Nick and everyone else that's involved in this. It's a great project and I'm a late bloomer on all this. They haven't neglected me heritage, but I don't know enough about it still, and I'm coming up to 70 soon, so I would like to learn more.
My name's Josh Cameron. I'm the Northern Region Project, Aboriginal Cultural Project Heritage Officer for the Northern Region, from Albury Wodonga down to sort of King Lake area, around Bendigo, and then all the way out the South Australian border. We're engaging with traditional owners of Wamba and Barapa. A bit of a training exercise for them to help them get out on country and identify cultural heritage from scarred trees, mounds, which is what we've got at the back over here, re-registering a mound out here. Yeah, so pretty much just helping these guys out, get a bit established with and a bit of confidence in identifying cultural heritage, and hopefully they can do it themselves sort of in the future.
With this program, we've looked at trying to help reconnect Wamba traditional owners back to their country, but also look at their skills to work with archaeologists, Parks Victoria, and to upgrade them. When they go out in the field, they have some prior knowledge of what they're doing, so it's a great tool to have a bit of knowledge. Far too many of us have been dispersed or taken away from our country. Now it's time to get back and help our younger ones, our kids, to understand where our land is and how we connect to it.
As a Wamba traditional owner, brought out the young fellas so they can learn our culture, just as a training course. For 20 odd years my uncle's been working in this field and I've been out on site with him quite a few times and I've learnt things along the way. Being out on country, you just have that connection and you can actually feel it, and I want to, you know, the boys to learn it. If we don't pass on our knowledge and what we know to the younger generation, well then, you know, the way I feel, our culture will just die.
My name's Glenn Galway, I'm traditional owner of Barapa. I'm a trainee Indigenous Water Officer for North Central Catchment Management Authority, and we've been doing this project. It was a Barapa project, started back in 2014. Doing this sort of stuff means the world to me. I love this. You know, it's my passion, and getting out and seeing these, you know, young kids and teaching them everything that we know, just to pass on the knowledge down so it keeps going. This project with Wamba and Barapa working together, because I don't think it's been done anywhere. I think it's probably a stepping stone, you could say, for other tribes to do this sort of stuff.
I've connected to this land through my grandfather and his family. Basically, we're just looking at how to identify like ancient remains from the Indigenous people. So each flag represents something different. Our pink flags are the boundary of the site. The yellow ones are burnt clay or just rocky clay. And the orange flag represents any like shells or possible bones we might find. I feel kind of close to what other people do, looking into the past of ancestors working to survive before we had technology and stuff.
What we're doing out here at Catchment State Forest on the Reed Beds Lagoon at the present minute is working with Barapa and Wamba people, finding or recording and registering cultural places. And this is being done for traditional owners so that they can have an understanding of what's out here. It goes on the Victorian Aboriginal Heritage Register, so everybody else will have an idea of what's actually out here.
Hello, I'm Stuart. I'm from Wamba. I'm just here today do a course about our culture. So this is a chance for me to learn what other people do in their jobs. Yeah, it's good about learning about your culture, because learning you can teach your grandchildren about it, about your land, where you come from. If I come out here by myself, I wouldn't actually know what to look for. These people are teaching us how to actually look for it and what to do if you actually find things and how to confirm what it is.
My name is Laura Kirby. We're out on Catchment. For this area, we'd like to see a lot more water in the reed bed, protect some of the cultural significant sites around the area. The good thing about coming out and doing this work is to record the sites, protect them, and to be with people on country, recording significant sites like trees, ovens, middens. Yeah, I'm just out with the archaeologists and working with some of the older people here, our elders, as well as learning from the scientific side of it from an archaeologist's point and the work that she sort of does.
If only these trees could talk and tell us what has been going on all these years, it would be absolutely amazing. But yeah, just to pass everything down and just, I want these fellas to get excited and get the fire in their bellies and and feel our country, feel it around us.
TOs can come out and do this stuff, and that's what's really important. If we can push the education in that aspect, then cultural heritage is going to be managed, it's going to be protected, and that's got to benefit everybody.